Good morning, Mount Olive Church and Mount Olive Church friends, everyone that joins us online. Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. Some sunshine out the window here. This is Tuesday morning. I'm filming this, so if it's rainy on Wednesday, then it's not an optical illusion. But hope you're having a good Wednesday, and hopefully you have checked out the other devotions this week from Pastor and Brother Jody. Awesome job by them. I really enjoyed both of their devotions. And go ahead and present my screen here. If you have caught them, you know, of course, that we're kind of choosing something from the pastor's sermon on Sunday to talk about, and which I think is an awesome idea. I kind of hope we continue doing that some. It's so good to not just leave that sermon, you know, at 12:15 or 12:30 or 12:45. I'm just kidding. On Sunday morning, but to carry it with us through the week. And sometimes it's hard to do that when it's just us. So I love that we're doing this devotion, kind of looking back on the things that were talked about there that God used Brother TJ for on Sunday morning. But kind of something that stuck out to me, and let me present the slideshow here. And it wasn't necessarily a major point, at least as far as the verse is concerned, but it just kind of, as I was standing up there as the Roman guard, and if you're of a certain size, and I'm of a certain size, you're guaranteed to be a Roman guard, right? At some point in your church career, you're going to have to put that helmet on and the weird, you know, little outfit there with the tight red thing underneath. You're going to have to do that. And so for the 10,000th time, I was a Roman soldier. But as I stood there, this verse, as Brother John was kind of reading this verse, it really kind of hit me that you know, all this stuff's going on with Pilate and Jesus, and kind of TJ mentioned this in the sermon. Pilate's coming in and he's going out. He's coming in, he's going out. He's kind of unsettled. But so Pilate has just came back from talking to the leaders, and they're like, crucify Jesus, and it's this chaotic scene, I think, and people yelling at him and trying to tell him what to do, and I love the idea that, and this is kind of what hit me, that Pilate steps back inside, and I don't know how many people were in there, but in my mind, it's this moment where it's just Jesus and Pilate. I mean, I think there was probably more people in there, obviously, but I think it was really a moment where Jesus was trying to connect with Pilate. You know, in earthly terms, Pilate was the only man on earth that could have stopped the crucifixion of Jesus, and thank God he didn't, right? Looking back on it, of course, God had this perfect plan in place, but, you know, they're having this little moment here, this moment of just this personal interaction, and so, you know, Pilate asked, I can't remember if one of the other guys is doing 33, but Pilate asked, you know, are you really who you say you are? Are you really the king of the Jews? And so Jesus answers him and says, sayest thou this thing of thyself, or did others tell it thee of me? And so Jesus is having this very direct, very clear, very personal interaction with Pilate. To me, he's showing him the truth. He says, I'm the truth. But are you saying this because other people have said it? Are you saying this because these people are screaming it at you? Or do you really, really believe that that's true? Or do you really even think that it might be true? And so it makes me think of, you know, without trying to be too long, but it makes me think of like our own personal experiences when we had that moment, if you've been saved, when we had that moment of Jesus having that very clear, very direct, very personal moment with you, whether that was in a church service or at home or wherever it was at, of him asking you, you know, are you saying this because yourself, or are you saying it because your mom and dad said it, or your grandparents said it, or your husband or wife said it? You know, it's a very, very direct, very personal moment. And so Jesus is showing, this was the point from Sunday that Brother TJ had, that truth is shown and known. This is kind of, to me, this is the shown part. Jesus is showing, by having this direct conversation with Pilate, he's showing that he is the truth. And so, you know, again, this is Jesus talking to Pilate. He knows he's about to die literally in hours, but he slows down in the midst of all this chaos and all this turmoil. And he slows down and has this very personal conversation with Pilate. And it blows my mind that he takes the time to have that little personal interaction, trying to, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking, he's trying to get Pilate to believe, right, that he is who he says he is. And I just think that's awesome. So he asked him if he believes he is the king or if someone else told him that. And like I said, surrounded by, again, this chaotic scene of, you know, we've all seen the passion of outside, the people yelling and screaming, and Pilate steps back inside. And it's that moment that to me, we have when we're saved, or we're offered many times in our lives, some of us, and myself, I was, but also it's a personal moment that we can have every day, right? It's waking up in the morning and having that personal moment with this Savior that if we'll just slow down for a minute, right, and give him some time, we can have this same calm, stealing conversation with Jesus anytime we want to, and that truly blows my mind, that we're able to do that. And so I'll end here in all this kind of conversation with Pilate, this little personal moment of Jesus asking him if it was him or if somebody else had told him. It makes me think of his interaction with Peter and the other disciples when he says, "Who do people say I am?" And the disciples say, some say John the Baptist, and some say Elias. But Peter says, we're always giving Peter a hard time, but let's give him a little props here this morning. Peter, he says unto him, "But whom say ye that I am?" So Jesus asked Peter, "Who do you say I am?" And Simon Peter answers and said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." So whereas Pilate was indifferent and wishy-washy and back and forth, and Peter, from all his many faults, said, "You're the Christ. You're the Son of the living God." And that's what he wants from us. And so Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed itself unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven." So Peter was very direct. He was very clear in what he wanted to say. Pilate was indifferent. But either way, Jesus is the truth. He showed that to both of them. It was how they responded. So if you've never responded today, and Jesus has given you a very clear, very direct invitation, please accept that. I pray that he would give you the boldness to accept that. You'll forever be changed. You'll never regret it. There'll never be a time that he'll leave you or forsake you. So we love you, Mount Olive. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And we will hopefully see you guys tonight at church. We love you and have a great day.